It's time we all understand that it's what we do on land that makes our water what it is today. This simple fact is true. It's controlled by me and you. It's time to fix the mistakes of yesterday.
Without proper treatment, human sewage, what we all flush down the toilet, has been a major contributor to pollution of the Minnesota River. As recently as 1996, the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency identified 40 incorporated communities in the valley that required improvements in their sewage systems. The city of Boyd, located in the Lac-Poparo watershed, was one of them.
We needed to get this sewer system done because we had old septic tanks and so forth, and those things are real old. We want to kind of, clean up the environment besides taking care of our own sewage problems. So when you get flooding, well then of course with all that surface waters, well then the pollutants go in. So that's why we're happy to like I say, to get rid of those septic tanks and so forth, so that pollutant is not available for flood waters.
That's the one for our sewer. We have to have special reports that are due every year that they will follow up on. Anytime you get grant money, you have to follow all their rules and regulations, and they check on you to make sure that you are doing that. So we do that. Yeah. We'll be doing reports for the next 40 years because of these grants for both sewer and water. So.
And do you think it's worth it?
Well, yes. If you had seen our water before and our sewer problems, yeah, we needed this, and it's good. We need it, and it helps the city.
Communities throughout the valley, working together with state and federal agencies, have been improving the ways they handle sewage water. Today, problems remain in some unincorporated communities and individual septic systems, but every single one of the 40 incorporated communities has been fixed.
It's time to fix the mistakes of yesterday.
Some communities, like the Upper Sioux Community near Granite Falls, installed a state-of-the-art sewage treatment facility.
All the wastewater is filtered and circulated through this drain field. In the fenced-in portion down there is reconstructed wetland. We sample the water here to make sure that it's working properly. And I sample the river downstream of the drain field and above stream to make sure that the community is not negatively impacting the river with their wastewater.
The Upper Sioux Community also worked with state and federal agencies and the Shakopee-Mdewakanton Sioux Community to slow down the stormwater running across the parking lots of Prairie's Edge Casino.
Well, in 2003, we moved our enterprise up here on top from down below in the floodplain area, and the issue was the overland runoff and the erosion that you could visibly see out into the lower areas of our tribal lands. And to overcome those difficulties, we created a storm sewer system which runs around the perimeter of the casino and the parking lot, and it channels all of that water into our holding pond back here. And when it gets to a certain level, it releases it down through the valley, through a riprap scenario down to historic wetlands.
We're treating, I would say, a substantial portion of the water, especially in an urban area. When, in the early 80s, national urban runoff pollutant standards were developed, and that's where all the ponds started to be built. Those are designed to provide a certain level of pollutant removal before it enters a creek or a lake.
The 9 Mile Creek Watershed District, which includes parts of Bloomington, Edina, and other western suburbs, has new rules for handling runoff.
We want the first inch of runoff to be retained on site. And so that's where porous asphalt parking lots or driveways, it could be rain gardens. Rain gardens are being incorporated into commercial developments, municipal projects as we see here, as well as private residential projects.
You'll see where the water filters down and it goes out into the street right over here, and down the 9 Mile Creek, comes out clear. And the 9 Mile Creek is, by the way, one of the cleanest in the country here. And we watch it pretty close and monitor it, keep the trash out of there, and everybody respects it.
Residents in the 9 Mile Creek Watershed District support the new policies to slow down the water.
All you had to do was sign up for it, and then they would come and do the work as long as they were putting the street in. It's been a year right now, and it's really worked out. We've had more people stop and take pictures of it.